Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Bag. I'm Roopam here. I'm currently a business analyst and also um, pursuing my ECBA certification course and also learning a lot of business analysis stuff and helping you guys to understand each and every section of Webhook Guide. Now let's get started with type of requirements. Before we start, I have one thing to tell that in the last 2 or 3 videos we have covered different sections of Babok, different structure guide of Babok, and also gone through the key terms and the 6 core knowledge of a business analysis. Now let's jump into types of requirements. If you have not watched the previous video, please do watch it. Those are very important. And coming to this video, this will help a BA to understand the requirement and segregate as types. So the types of requirements are basically four: the business requirement, stakeholder requirement, solution requirement, which are again categorized into two, that is functional and non-functional requirement, then the transition requirement. Coming to the business requirement. So business requirement is basically, as per Babok, the business requirement is a statement of goals, objectives, and outcomes. So let's check what are those actually. So business will have their objectives, their goals, and the outcomes. So these three basically, when these three are satisfied, and when these threes are satisfied, we probably are satisfying the business requirement. Basically, a business requirement is a statement of objectives, goals, and outcomes that describe why are we initiating the changes. So if you understand why, what is the business objective, and if you try to achieve it, and what is the goal of a business, or what is the particular goal and outcome of a business, then if you are trying to achieve that, then probably you are achieving, and you are achieving the business requirement. So why are we doing is the most important thing. What are we getting as an outcome is also most important thing. So anything which is related to goals and objectives would come under business requirement. So I guess that is clear, but business requirement is basically completely depend on objectives and goals of a project, what you're doing, and the outcome, and what are we getting from that outcome is more important. Coming to the stakeholder requirement. The stakeholder requirement is satisfied only when you satisfy or you enhance and what you can say achieve all the needs of a stakeholder. So stakeholder will have some needs. If you achieve those, basically you're achieving all the stakeholder requirements. Now considering stakeholder requirement is also something as per the Babok is stakeholder requirements needs to of stakeholder to achieve business requirement, whereas business requirement is actually a bridge between business and a solution. So anywhere if you are satisfying a business requirement, basically you are moving towards solution. You are moving towards the product end. So stakeholder requirements also are a part of business requirement, but satisfying all the stakeholder requirements would also satisfy all the business needs. So make sure that stakeholder requirement are also considered as a part of business requirement. Coming to the solution requirement. So solution requirement are actually meant as to describe or described as a capability and quality of a solution that meet this stakeholder requirement. So solution requirements are only satisfied when capability and quality of a solution are met. And also, these are actually meant to be solving the stakeholder requirement needs. Okay, I'll just make you understand in a better way. So solution requirements describe the capability and quality of a solution that meet the stakeholder requirement. So stakeholder has something that need to be done. So for example, data request is brought from stakeholder. Basically, if you are capable of doing that, and you are also maintaining a quality, and those are also satisfying all the requirement that are gathered from a stakeholder with respect to data request, then probably you are satisfying stakeholder requirement, and by doing that you are also satisfying the solutions requirement. Now this allows, what happens when you are satisfying the solution requirements, this allows a particular development and implementation of solutions. So this implementation and development of solutions are very important to actually execute and give the outcome as a business requirement. So let's get into two different types of solution requirements. The first one is a functional. So functional requirement describes the capability and also capability in terms of behavior and information. It's just a capability. So functional requirement is describes the capability of a solution as behavior and information that solution would manage. So a solution should be capable with respect to behavior and with respect to the information they have. That's where the functional requirement comes into picture. Coming to non-functional requirement, it describes the conditions under which the solutions remains effective as well as quality a solution must have. So under conditions, your solution must be effective as well as quality of the output uh, basically aligned with the solutions must have. So conditions, satisfying all the conditions is a non-functional requirement, whereas satisfying all the capabilities is a functional requirement. Now coming to the transition requirement. So transition requirement describe the capability and condition, but a solution must meet. So when a capability and condition are described, basically these are described from the solution requirement. When these are described, basically this would allow, or when this happens, a particular process would move from a state to a different state, that is current state to a future state. So that's where the transition requirement is. So transition requirement describes the capability and the condition of a solution must have to facilitate the transformation from current state to future state. Now these transition requirements is temporarily, because when you work in an agile environment, basically you work on 1 or 10 tasks at a time. So if you're working on 5 tasks, basically you are capable of making those 5 tasks. Sorry, you are making those 5 tasks capable and also uh, satisfying all the conditions and moving this particular thing into the tool and deploying it. So basically you are converting that particular state from current to future. So basically your future state product will also have these five features added to your existing system. So that's where the transition requirements are temporary. Now some of the examples of transition requirements are conversions, which we do, then the business continuity that we just looked, and trainings basically are some of the transition requirements. So these are all the major requirements BA would know, and also these are all covered from Babok guide from second chapter. So basically you can go and look for requirement classification schema within Babok, and that will clarify all the doubts. So I guess this has added a value on transition on the all the requirements, and I hope you would like this video and also subscribe it, and please watch my next videos that are coming up on knowledge areas, and do not follow sorry do not forget to follow this channel, and also stay connected. Let's see in the other video. Thank you. Bye.